Oh, gotta stop that thing whistling. Hey, everybody. It's Ryan. It's episode 53. And we're trying not to get demonetized today, even though it doesn't matter because we're not monetized in that way anyway. But whatever. Doesn't matter. Hey, welcome. All right, let's get everybody in here. Sorry, I'm a little bit punchy. I just drove 9 hours or 10 hours or something like that and just got back to the house. So we're doing it. Let's bring Paul and Paul in here. Hey, Paul and Paul.
Hello.
We look like twins even, don't we?
Yeah, right. Paul has enough beard for the both of you there, Paul.
Right.
Oh, crazy. Well, I appreciate you guys joining in tonight, and let's have some fun. What's everybody been up to? Paul, Mr. Corliss, you been up to anything?
I lied last week.
You did?
Yeah, I said that I would try better this week, but I didn't.
That's okay. We'll forgive you. Just your presence is all that we need.
Okay.
What about you, Mr. Hammerquist? Anything from you?
No, I have been doing nothing. Well, first off, I forgot what camera I'm at. So I made these they're supposed to be little plant holders.
Ooh, that's nice.
And so really this was kind of a test, two color. So I printed this and then did the infill. So I was trying to reduce poop. And it didn't reduce a lot because there was no supports on these. And so this one, at least I can spray paint, make it look nice. However, I did the same experiment with these two dragons.
Oh, wow.
Now there was a lot of support printed on these, lots, but the poop was the least amount of poop I have ever had.
Huh.
So a lot of it got put into the supports and the second print. So really like it. This 3-color one, just that blue green and the way it just hits, it's a lot better than the other double color filament I've used before. So, but I really like how that gray in that breastplate came out.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
So, and my wife loves them. So now we got to find new shelves to get them all put up on.
Now, do you use tree supports when you do those, or what kind of supports do you use?
Yes, I did use tree supports on these. And what I did not do was change my, I forget which setting it is in the tree supports, but you need to go in and set whatever your layer height is to the offset, your support offset as well. So if you're doing 0.4, the Z offset for the tree needs to be 0.4 or 0.2 or 0.16 or 0.12, which I did with these. Was I got the resolution way down low, but I kept the branch support, whatever, at 0.16 instead of changing it to 0.12. So getting those supports off was a lot of fun. My fingers hurt.
I bet.
So that, and made some progress with my keycaps.
Oh, nice.
So there's actually clear filament in there, so the light can actually get through. And then, so that's an inner part. The light can go through, and then the actual letters are clear as well.
Nice.
But I do need to go and here. Let's see. I forget I have two hands sometimes. There we go. Man, why? This one you can see is the face is a lot smaller, and this is just a pure, square shape. It doesn't indent on the sides, so they're still kind of fat. So
cool.
Yeah, just some more work and get those finished and start making custom keycaps.
Very nice. That works out pretty good.
Yeah.
You also got another box this week, but we'll talk about that later.
Yeah.
Finally. Man, U.S. Post Office. Jeez. It's almost as bad as FedEx sometimes.
Yeah. What was it? 2.5, 3 weeks?
That was a couple. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, for me anyway, it's been a pretty crazy, vacation-y week. I brought my son's Anycubic Cobra 2 down to the beach with me, so I'm going to try again on that printer. So the little history on that printer is that it was given to my son last year when we went to the 3D RepRap festival, and by one of a YouTuber guy from CNET. Anyway, but it wouldn't print well for us at all, and then we got a glob of death on the nozzle and stuff like that, and it broke the fan shroud for the parts cooling fan. And since then, it's been just living underneath there because it was just like, all right, I got to wipe my hands of this thing for a while. And stuff wasn't sticking to the bed. It was having some problems. But anyway, took that one down to work on it. And then I took another project down with me to work on and didn't touch either of them. The last time I even touched my laptop was last weekend. So up until 2 hours ago, or an hour ago, really. So I got nothing done. But I did go to Ollie's. Do you guys have Ollie's where you live? It's like a discount store. They have a bunch of overstock crap, whatever. And I did buy a book. This is Big Book of Tiny Cars. And I opened it up and immediately was like, yep, I have to buy that. Because right on the title page, there's my car.
Neat.
And so there is a blurb about it. It's kind of cool. It goes through I've only had the chance to flip through it a little bit, but it starts like in the 40s, I think it is, with micro cars that were made then, and goes up through the decades of different ones that have been made and stuff like that. So there's some pretty cool ones in here. The King Midget's in there. My car's in there. Obviously, the Buick Isetta is in there. Whole tons of them, like stuff that you would never have.
Is the Messerschmitt in there?
Oh, I'm sure it is. I mean, it's got all kinds of cool stuff. So I can't wait to start really flipping through that thing. But I bought it last night, and then I made another purchase while I was down at the beach. So last week, all right. So we were talking last week about my friend of mine, Ryan Fenners, who does golf cart stuff. So what I didn't say is that when I was down there at his place, I came back with a golf cart chassis. And so it's one of these, it's a limo one. So if you put the back seat on it, you can do 6 people. It's so you can have 4 forward facing people and maybe 2 rear or whatever. But I like the idea of having 4 forward facing people on being able to ride the cart. Because if you've ever ridden backwards on a golf cart before, it's a little bit of a puckery feeling sometimes. So being able to ride my wife, my son, and I all forward facing, it would be pretty appealing. So it was loaded up onto the back of my truck with a forklift because I did not take a trailer with me. So it was cantilevered hanging out because this thing is 10 feet long and the truck bed, of course, is 5.5 feet long. So it was cantilevered out and over. So I went out there Sunday night. We had to take my wife over to the dealership to drop her car off for something, to have something done to it. And I look back and it's no longer sticking straight out the front. It's like this. So the frame had snapped right where the extension of going from a 2-person golf cart to a 4-person golf cart was. And I was like, oh my God, this is horrible. So like a good person, I ignored it for several days after that. And then really started trying to mess with it over the last day or so and make it so that I could get home with it. So I ended up, I mean, it's a mess. The whole story is a mess. But several trips to Home Depots, Sawzaws, trailers, all kinds of stuff. It's up in the driveway. Yay. So, my wife was like, can you just build the damn thing so that we have 4 of them in your building? I said, well, yeah, they're in the building. It's okay. I said, but this one was $100. So there's no body to it, but it's the frame and all that, but that's no big deal. But anyway, yeah. So
I have a question here.
Oh, here we go. Dude, JR, even without the multicolor aspect of it, it really depends on, you want, knowing JR like we do, JR likes good quality stuff that works. I would still tell you to get the bamboo. You don't have to get the AMS if you don't want to, but a P1S or whatever would serve you very well, because you'll be able to print whatever materials you want, and all that stuff. But there's also, and I say that because I think Paul and I have had really good luck with ours, but there's other ones out there that are really nice. Creality's got a bunch of them. The K1 series, those are great. There's a company called Qidi, QIDI, I think is how it's spelled. Qidi Tech, they make some really nice printers too. So there's a bunch of them out there. But right now, I'd be hard if I am being told to go buy another printer. I'm buying another one of those. That would be my first choice. So,
yeah, and depending on, also think about what material are you wanting to print?
Yeah.
Like, so if you're wanting to go carbon fiber, any of those other ones, okay, maybe look at the X1C just because the nozzle comes with it. Yeah, it's a little bit more expensive, but you can also get the P1S and put that on there.
And just change the nozzle out.
Right, and if all you're doing is going to be doing is PLA, you could even look at get a P1P without the ones that doesn't have any of the sides or anything. If you want to save a little money there, the P1S is going to be good if you want to do ABS or anything that needs that enclosure and kind of keep the temperature stable. And then, in my thoughts on the AMS, even if you don't want it, it's just nice to have.
Very true. Being able to not have to change out filament that's why I love mine.
Yeah, even if it's just, hey, I'm going to print, 5 things in gray, and then now I'm going to print 5 things in red. You just change it to that deal. It's not like you got to go switch it out, manually switch it out and do all that. It's already there. Yeah. It's set up. Put the desiccant bags or anything in there to keep humidity down, close it up. And like my desiccant bags, I don't know, I've had it now for a month and a half, just, finally died on me. So that's why I did that. But I wouldn't look at the AMS just because you're doing multicolor. It's just also kind of a nice to have there and easy to switch out filaments quickly.
Yeah. And you don't even have to think about it. You just, all all right, it's in there. Good deal. Roll it. So, and you can break the prints down to different sizes. I wouldn't go with one of the minis. There's a couple of the mini printers out there for what you're going to use it for, JR. I don't think that would be the right size. Something around that 250 or 235 to 250 millimeter range would be what would probably work the best for you.
Yeah.
So,
and Sean's having good luck with his he has a K1 Max.
Yeah, he has K1 Max, and so that which is, like I said, they're great too. I mean, you're not going to go wrong with one of those big name ones.
Yeah.
So
this is his question too.
Let's see. I've seen some good print. Yeah, there's one called or a Gridfinity. That's a good grid storage system that people print. You can get the files are all free. I think you can get them on any of the major, places that you can do your get files at, like Thingiverse, Printables, Maker World. I think they show up on all those. There was another one that came out not too long ago, but very similar type of thing. But like I've did too, you can make your own custom drawers. It's pretty simple. Like I did. So not too hard either way. Not too hard either way. Let's see here. Yeah, Wade Bamboo just works out about. Yeah, they really do. You don't have to do any kind of tinkering with it. Usually it goes. I have not used the Gridfinity myself because I made mine, but there's a lot of makers and all that have used it, and it's really versatile. They have all different kinds of size, nooks and crannies for them and stuff like that. So, yeah, you should be good with that. All right. Yeah. Anyway, so we're back. Yeah, it's out there. It made it. All right. Well, let's get started here and yammer on about some videos that came out this week. And see what's going on. Oh, first let's talk about Micronics. So the Micronics Kickstarter has been going on with that SLS printer. So this is for here. We'll go split us out there. There we go. This is from the other week when there was 21 days to go. 408 backers, $1.342 million. And let's compare it to what I pulled up just a little bit ago, because I don't know how these numbers compare, so I just want to check. Oh yeah, so a little bit more. So we went from 408 to 430 backers, so $1.378 million. Woo, man! I'm wondering if they're going to get to 1.4. They might. With 6 days left to go, there might be another 20 people or so in there, get in right at the end. So interesting. We'll see what happens with that. All right. Well, speaking of Kickstarter stuff, we'll check in next week with Micronics too again and see what they finished out as. It's just interesting to see. So, with Kickstarter stuff, we were talking about this one a while ago, and about all the people that were getting them. So, Aurora Tech has now gotten a Orange Storm Giga monster, and it seems like they're really from her review of it. She's very good at her reviews, and she'll tell you everything that went wrong or right or whatever. it seems like they're getting it ironed out now. You know, when some of the review people were getting these a couple months ago, 3D printing nerd, Uncle Jesse and all them, there were some problems. They were having some issues with the leveling, with this and that, it seems like she had a pretty good experience. She had a problem printing out the Oscar statue, but that was because she ran out of filament. And she did not plug in the filament detection. So that was user error for that. But other than that, it seems like she's doing all right with it. So they just, I guess, put out another firmware update to update some Z offset issues out there we're having, stuff like that. But pretty cool. It looks like it's doing well.
I want to question, and this isn't just for this one. I mean, just like the other Kickstarter, I see it a lot in a lot of the tech stuff where, they're sending out stuff to YouTubers, and it's like, why aren't they taking an extra month or 2 weeks, a month, whatever they need, maybe iron out some of those kinks. Like what are you getting by pushing it forward and trying to ride some kind of hype train or stick on a schedule? I mean, only thing I can think of is maybe funding, like they're trying to hit some goal, but if it's crowdsourced,
I don't know, man. But you're right. Like if these people, specifically with the Orange Storm, I mean, it was getting razzed pretty hard there for the first couple months of it being out, because it wasn't ready, and now it seems like it's ready, and there, it's a night and day difference. But they had so many of these reviewers that were just kind of having problems with it that, I mean, I'm sure it would shy some people away from buying one, if they're going to have that kind of experience with it. But and like with the Micronics, I mean, it sounds like they had to go with theirs because from what that one guy was saying, they were running out of money.
Yeah.
But still, push it back, push out. Don't send out review units if you're having that much of an issue or whatever. I mean, they all the ones that they have there at their shop could not be functioning 100% perfectly. Yeah. And if you have a machine like that and you need to you're going to be sending them out, dude, ship one to somebody that across the country and just have them ship it back. Let's see how it survives in our shipping configuration. It's not that difficult. You spend what $200-$300 for that, and then they could have fixed all those issues that they were getting at with these reviewers.
Yeah, and you can also, I mean, put out a statement. I've seen it a couple of times on some of the YouTubes where they're like, hey, they told us this is an issue off the bat. Just start off and say this isn't going to be perfect, but we still want to talk about it, and they are working on this. Maybe don't be like, hey, review this.
Yeah, check it out.
Yeah.
So. I don't understand how some of the I don't know if somebody didn't go to business school or what, but I mean, my product that I'm going to be putting out here, I'm sending a couple of them out to places to find out, make sure everything's working the way it's supposed to. Oh, there you go. That might be a box of something there. But you got to find out that the stuff was right before you start sending it to Joe Blow and Nancy Sue. So, I mean,
it was like when I made a couple first of my LED signs. People were like, "Oh, I want to buy something. I want it." I'm like, "No." I hadn't run into many issues yet. I knew I was eventually. And it was kind of one of those. I wanted to get some time behind me and kind of see any potential issues that would come up with these things.
Yeah. Well, or if you just tell them, hey, sure, I'll make you this, but you might have a problem. If you do, let me know. But Yeah, a lot of these guys, I don't understand what they're how they go about it, because I don't agree with it.
Yeah.
I think they'd be better served to hold off. Like if the Orange Storm was being sent out to these reviewers now, and you had reviews like what she was doing to it, I mean, you'd have more people lined up to buy it.
Yeah.
But now you got people waiting.
Well, people who have the room for it.
Yeah. Such a monster. Oh, I'd love to have one though. Anyway, but cool deal. All right, well, moving on then. A while back we talked about KevBot. He bailed out of Fusion 360 and let us know about Pictometry, or is that what the name of it? I think that's right. Pictometry, which is another 3D software, CAD software, and I guess he's having some regrets, but not. I don't know. Some of the you know what you're getting when you're looking at this other software. So I don't know. It didn't really make sense to me. All of a sudden he was like, "Oh yeah, well you don't have. This would be so much better if you had, the history stuff like you do in Fusion." I was like, "Well, then you might as well just use Fusion, because that's if you want all the features of that one, then that's what you want." I don't know. It was kind of okay, I guess.
Well, I mean, isn't it kind of like, Illustrator and Inkscape?
Yeah.
It's like, you know what you're getting into by going. If I was just tomorrow wake up and go, I'm getting into Inkscape, I'm tired of paying Adobe. Yeah, I know I'm going to lose these features.
Yeah.
And it's just kind of, I think that's what's hard for me to cancel my Adobe subscription.
Yeah, you get so used to it.
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to learn something new.
That's what I keep telling myself about the Vectric software. No, I did buy it. I think I've had it for over a year now, and I haven't used it. Oh, anyway.
But that's fine. I'm still using 3 different cam. It just depends on what I want to do and how, what the project is. So that's fine. But when it comes to CAD, I'm like, I don't know if it's just because I've used Illustrator for over a decade now. And so it's more muscle memory at this point. Whereas the cams, it's more like I still sometimes have to be like, oh yeah, that's right, I should use this one. I should use Edstal if I'm going to do, oh my gosh, the halftones. So I don't know.
Yeah, well, same thing with me with SketchUp. I mean, I've been using SketchUp 15 since like 2013. Well, a couple versions before 15. And if I could design everything into that one, into SketchUp 15, I would forever. But I can't, unfortunately.
Oh, and if anybody out there knows, where to get a copy of that is not on the high seas, shoot me a message. It was so great back when it wasn't cloud-based.
Oh yeah. I never upgraded to the cloud-based stuff. So
you want 15? Is it, Paul?
Yeah. Whatever Ryan was saying, whatever, right before they went cloud-based. I just want it locally on my hard drive.
Yeah.
I haven't looked too hard either. I try to shy away from that. My sailing days are, left me when my kids were born. I went on the straight path to life.
I'll have to check.
You might know a resource, Paul.
I know a resource
I know.
I know a guy.
I know a guy
I
who
know-
might know a guy.
that knows a guy that
Yeah. All right. Well, moving on then. Maker unit. I thought this was cool. I've watched a few of these videos over the past year or so about people making PC cases for like custom computers and stuff. And I always just think it's really neat how they engineered it all. And so this one was pretty cool. It's got like multiple levels of layers of stuff on the outside case, and then interchangeable panels for different power supplies and everything else, and all that. I thought that was pretty cool. And the way it all joins together with the X on the outside of the case, the case of the case, whatever, was pretty cool. Like how it all locks together. Thought that was pretty neat way to do it. I kind of don't understand why so many people design for the 180 millimeter bed size of like the minis, but I mean, maybe it's I don't know to think if it's just because that's what it happens to be able to break down easy for, or if they're like thinking to themselves, all right, I've got to design it in this size form factor. Because I would think that more people have a larger bed than the 180 bed frame.
Yeah,
size.
but I mean, maybe they're designing with the thinking, even getting a newbie, someone who's just getting into the hobby, and they didn't go with the P1S. They went with the A1 because they were just like, do I really like this? And being able to do a more complicated project on a smaller bed as well. Something like that really shows, I think, the versatility. Did I say that right? Versatility of that machine and being able to do something like that.
I see that. I see where you're coming with that. All right. What's
But on speaking of cases though, I do want to make a floating case that goes on my wall where all the pieces are separated. So one day.
Get after it, sir. Get after it. All right. What's Cody? How to KS YouTube series?
Kickstart YouTube. Kickstarter YouTube series.
Yeah,
maybe.
I don't know. I don't know what you're telling me there, Cody. I'm pretty stupid right now, as opposed to usual when I'm very stupid. Let's see here. Let's see. Oh, people are out there chatting about other stuff. All right, moving on then. Nero 3D, the Canuck creator. This is I watched this. I thought it was pretty cool just because it's a video of what a lot of money can get you for a 3D printer, like an industrial type of 3D printer. The machine that he got, this company, I forget what the Pantheon.
Yeah.
I guess it's a new printer that's coming out or whatever, or maybe it's already out. But they sent him one to check out, and I guess they're a Canadian company, and it's cool design. I dig the design of it. Like the notable things to me were that it's basically hanging from the top plate. So everything, if you see in the thumbnail here, you can see like the fans and all that on the top, and the top of the frame is like a big black piece. Well, that's a big piece of aluminum, and everything's threaded and mounted to that. And then there's poles that come down from that. So the bed of the printer is suspended over air, and not the other way traditionally, tabletop mounted, or supported, whatever. And so I thought that was pretty cool. It's a neat way to do it, because it keeps it, any inaccuracies in the table aren't going to have any effect on it. But I kind of think with that big of a plate, it's not going to affect it anyway. But it's pretty crazy. But it's pretty neat machine for 10 grand. It better be a pretty neat machine. The prints that he was coming off of it with were pretty good looking. So
I thought it was funny. I was like, I don't know why they sent this to me.
yeah, man, if that thing was sitting in the shop though, you'd want to just look at it, because it's a very nice looking machine.
Now, my question was, he was calling, he said the Z axis was just a regular servo. What? I forget, what were the other servos? The X and
the
Y.
other ones they're closed steppers.
Okay, he was calling it something else, and I was like, is that closed?
Yeah, he was saying something else, but I don't know what I forget what he was saying, calling them, but it's a closed loop stepper. So the board that is running everything, it only had 2 of the drivers built into the board, because the rest of them were wired right up to the top.
All right.
Yeah.
I was assuming that, but I assumed that one where they were 3D printing records was real. It was an April Fool's joke. So
it's all good. I would think that would work. So, all right, moving on to a fun one. This guy Spire makes this is a 3. We are really heavy on 3D printing this week. Oh well. I'm just realizing that. But anyway, so this is a new kit that you can print out and stuff like that. It's a Nerf Blaster, essentially, but it's kind of cool how it functions. So when you pull back the charge handle, the front of the blaster opens up, and it takes these huge bullets. They're like that go into the front of the blaster, and pretty cool. So the whole thing is like 3D printed, except for some screws and springs and some other stuff. And I guess you can. I looked it up. The kit for the hardware stuff is like $50, and then you can print out the blaster however you want to. And the blaster is on printables already, so you can print the files out for that for free. You just need to buy the hardware for it. So, but it's pretty cool looking, like video game style blaster, and shoots stuff pretty cool.
They're the Nerf we wish we had when we were kids.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, my
son has like an arsenal. I mean, it's ridiculous the amount of Nerf guns he has. But yeah, there's some of them that, he's got like a Gatling gun one. It's what do we need this Gatling gun Nerf gun for? Whatever. But some of the 3D printed ones are serious.
Yeah,
they will shoot some darts.
I remember I thought it was cool when I had the bow and arrow one when I was a kid. It's like, yay!
Heck yeah! So pretty sweet though. All right, moving on. Then we got the Swedish maker building a. He was using 3D printing this week for threading a wooden dowel. That's what he's looking at there. And he goes through a couple iterations of it. So I guess the way it works really is that you have a 60-degree V-bit in your router table, and then you feed the dowel through 2 of the 3D printed parts. One of them just is circle for the rod to go through, and then as it goes through the second one, it's hitting the V bit and turning and threading itself through that one. I think is probably the way that I'm supposed to be saying that. I don't know. But anyway, I guess if you wanted to buy the threaded tool for this to do with the 44 millimeter Dow Rod that he's got or whatever it is, it was like $1,000.
Yeah.
So it was like, I have a 3D printer. Let's figure it out. So, but the part about his video that really made me laugh is the thumbnail. So this is the thumbnail that's on there right now. But in the video, he's talking about another thumbnail where he's like holding it. Yeah, he's holding it in front of himself or whatever, outside, like on top of a hill or something like that. And that's not the thumbnail that he's been using. So pretty funny. I got a kick out of it.
I love it. I'm not an engineer.
Yeah. No, he goes, I'm not an engineer. I'm just a teacher. Yeah, pretty funny.
Yeah.
So, yeah, good video. He does really good videos. He's a smart dude. All right, then we got Ventari. Oh my goodness! Look, it's a laser project. Yay! So he was making pen boxes for some pens that he was lasering. So the pens themselves are bamboo pens from Amazon, and then he was making, boxes. He shows you how to make the pen box to go with it, and for selling it and making it cost more for you to sell them or make you more profit. So does a good job. I don't know what else to say. But it worked really good. So go check that one out. Then also we got Mr. Hamilton. Oh, Mr. Hamilton's starting to do this month over there at CNC with me. He's doing a Christmas in July. So it's an event that's going on all month long. The thought process is that hey, it's July. Start getting in on Christmas stuff now, getting stuff figured out. So as the time gets closer, you're not, freaking out and over promising and under delivering on projects. So, it kind of sounds like the Gatton Christmas challenge. Man, that might be coming back pretty soon.
Yeah, you're gonna have to start counting days pretty soon.
I think we might need to. If I wouldn't have been sitting in traffic so long today, I might have figured that out. But yeah, it was, so Carveco did over the last couple of years has been giving out a free file every day of December up to Christmas, so 24 files. So there's basically 75 files right now that they've done, but they're all in the Carveco format of being able to be used. So you'd have to use them in Carveco. Well, I guess they've made it so that they allowed Hamilton to switch them over to, I don't know if Hamilton did it or Mitz or somebody else or Carveco did it. I have no idea. But they allowed them to do them into SVG so that you could use them in any format. So if you're a member of CNC with me, you have access to the 100 plus files that from the Carveco stuff and all that. So if you're a member over there, jump over there, download all your files and all that. And then he's also doing a Secret Santa where it's a design. So it's a digital Secret Santa where you create a design for somebody and all that good stuff. So go check it out. It's a good community over there. Lots of good people. Pretty good projects going on. So get on it. One more. So my my video for something different this week. Everybody knows I love cars. Everybody knows I like weird little cars. And so this is a channel that I watch for that. It came into this channel a couple months ago, and I enjoy it. The guy's name is Duff. So he's here we go. Ret Rods for Africa. So he lives over in Africa, and he's right now he's making this. It's a Renault 4CV, I think is what that model is called. But he's joining it to a VW Beetle chassis and stuff like that. His wife wanted it, and so he's building it for her. He's had some health issues. So he hadn't actually put out this is the last video before the one that he just put out like a day ago, talking about his health issues that he's been having and why he hasn't been posting videos. So he's a cool dude. I dig this guy. So go check out a cool video and watch him make this Beetle. He's also does other hot rods and stuff like that too. But what drew me in was the Renault. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, he calls it the Renault Bug, and it's a pretty neat job. So good stuff with that. Pow. Besides that, that's pretty much all that I had here. Earl's letting you know, Paul, that he has SketchUp Make 2017, which is the last year before it went to the.
Awesome.
So maybe hit up Earl there, and maybe he knows a guy that knows a guy. Let's see. Trying to just looking at the comments and seeing if there's anything that we missed that we need to bring up other than that. No, it looks like ordering the B1S. There you go. Well, welcome, JR. So
they just had a good sale too, with $100 off.
Well, yeah, it which ends in like after this weekend, I think. So
it ended yesterday.
Oh, don't tell JR that. Why would you tell JR that? I thought it ended over the weekend.
No, it wouldn't hurt to check.
Yeah. Oh man. If it ended, JR, I'm sorry, buddy. I hope it didn't. I thought it went through the weekend, but all right. Well, let's see here. Wade is having issues finding the file pack on CNC with me. I haven't looked at it yet, Wade, so I don't know, but I will go find it, and if I'll find out and let you know whatever I can. So, because I don't know where it's at right offhand. So, cool deal. Well, Paul, anything else you got for us this week?
I got nothing.
Nothing. All right. Well, thanks. Thanks for hanging out with us again. I appreciate it. Mr. Hammerquist, anything from you, sir?
All right. I never win anything.
Yeah.
Ever. But I always try. I'll put my name into a raffle. I'll do it. And you know what? I won. I did win something.
Yeah. What'd you win?
A bread plushie. I'm a float plane subscriber, and that's for LTT. They're kind of their YouTube.
Okay.
But it is signed by Dan. He's their producer. So It's fine. I don't know. Hey, I won it. I was like, I finally won something, and I won this big bread plushie. I don't know what I'm going to do with it or what's going to, but I like it. It's soft. So
I
don't
have
give
a
up,
feeling,
people.
I have a feeling your kid's going to steal that.
No. It's signed by Dan, and it's Dan's bread. And if you watch LTT, you'll get the joke. But also be on lookout. Hopefully I finish editing a video, because if I don't finish it by tomorrow, who knows when I will have time to actually get it done.
There you
So,
go.
and during the show, printed off another one.
Nice.
So a little bit different. It's not the heart, but
that color flip looks good.
yeah, I can't wait to try the other one. I have another one in the dryer.
That was the 3-color one too, wasn't it?
Yeah,
you can definitely see it on that one. When you turned it to the turned it around, you could see the orange part. Yeah, there you go.
so
that's pretty neat how you can make filament do that.
Yeah,
I dig it. Dig it. Well, me, think about me tomorrow as I'm trying to unload half a golf cart out of a trailer.
But you have a forklift.
Yes. That I need to also fix. This is out of hand. Oh, I need an intervention.
Now, do you have a body for said golf cart?
No, I don't have a body for that golf cart.
Oh,
So I'd have to buy one. But it's all right. We'll figure that out.
or print it.
I'm more. Well, that has always been a thought. But it would probably be for one. So get this. So we went to down in Surfside Beach, South Carolina. Paul was Earl. They do golf cart parades and stuff like that. And so there was a golf cart parade for the 4th of July, and we were watching that. And some people like dress up their golf carts with differently. Some of them with just decoration. Some of them, one guy made his look like a helicopter. It was pretty cool. And then the other people do other kinds of stuff. I have an idea for next year, and I will need one of these random golf carts that I have here at my house now to make this happen. But it would take some 3D printing and some other stuff to make it work. But we'll see. Maybe we can make that happen.
You should go meta, Ryan. You should turn a golf cart into a 3D printer, printing a golf cart.
Oh, cool. That's cool.
Just make it.
If it's electric, all you got to do is get an
inverter.
Inverter
Yeah.
and a 3D printer, and that would be so cool.
It would be kind of cool. All right. Well, there's more ideas of stuff, stuff that we need to make. I was thinking Statue of Liberty. Okay. Maybe we do something else. All right. But anyway, yeah. So, and then they also, but the fun part is that they also do the one. So the way that everything is situated down there. So it's Myrtle Beach, Surfside, Garden City, and Garden City. They have a golf cart parade that is it's a wet and wild one. So it's a big water gun war as you drive through the area down there. Golf cart for more school board. Man, you got, yeah, it's another project we gotta do. I need to stop adding projects. It's killing me. I know. But anyway, we have the forklift now. So once it's running, I can use it to put the scoreboard up on the wall. So we'll be okay. There's a plan. Not a good one, but there's a plan. But anyway, so there's a golf cart parade that is a big water battle, which is pretty cool. So like the houses that are along the route, they'll bring out their hoses and stuff, and they have like the 4th of July parties. and they'll be filling up kiddie pools with water and stuff, and then blast these golf carts as they drive by, and the people on the golf carts are shooting back, and it's a pretty good time. But there's some definite possibilities there for 3D printing and lasering and CNCing stuff to make. So next year might be a fun one. So all right, party people, well, let's get out of here. And thanks again for joining us, everybody. Hope everybody had a good 4th of July in America. If you're not in America, suck it. Hope you had a good 4th of July anyway.
America.
Hey,
oh, sorry.
Hey, guys down in you guys in Australia, do you guys still have to send money back to the back to England? I mean, do they? I can't remember, because wasn't it an English colony at some point?
It was an English penal colony.
Well, yes, it was the English penal colony. But do they still have to send money back to, like Canada had to up until recently? Like, Canada, what's your problem? Come on, Canada just figuring out, like, hey, these guys are way over there. We don't need to send them money. Yeah, don't send them money. Let them deal with themselves. I don't know. Anyway, doesn't matter. The average empire is only 250 years. America's 248. Think about that this week. So, all right. Peace out, sauerkraut. We'll see everybody next week, and hopefully we'll have some more fun and entertainment and all that good stuff. So, peace out, sauerkraut.